Welcome back. I'm Scott with BikeRide.com, and we're about to dive into another bike review. It's the latest in a lineup of popular and affordable commuter bikes from Lectric, and most notably, the 3.0 features upgraded hydraulic brakes and performance over its predecessor. So today at BikeRide.com, we are going to get behind the handlebar of the XP 3.0 and see if it lives up to its claims. Stick around to see what this popular bike is capable of, plus how these newly upgraded hydraulic brakes perform in our tests. It's time to dive in, so if you like the videos, please leave me a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, and leave me a comment. Now let's go ride some bikes. What is the Lectric XP 3.0 folding e-bike? As a folding commuter e-bike, the XP3 fills one of the most popular categories for urban travel. Lectric builds on the success of its previous models, consistently upgrading and adapting to improve the performance of its bikes. We can see here that the XP 3.0 has upgraded hydraulic brakes and a more powerful motor, as well as upgraded controller programming compared to previous models. So the XP 3.0 features all the accessories your typical rider would want right from stock, with comfortable touch points like grips and saddle. The feeling of comfort extends further to the ride quality, which is smooth and comfortable, with a suspension seat post and 50mm suspension fork. The abundance of features for a low overall price make the Lectric XP 3.0 really stand out from the crowd. So let's get started with our pro and con to learn more about the XP 3.0 from Lectric. Starting off with the pros, and our first pro is that comfortable ride quality. The Lectric XP is very comfortable to ride. I was immediately impressed with how pleasant the bike was to ride and pedal, despite being a folding e-bike. Often, I'm pretty skeptical of these folders, which can sometimes have strange geometries and pedal positions. The XP 3.0 defies this expectation and really feels like a regular bike when it's in motion. The bike offers good adjustability. Both the seat post and the front stem offer up and down adjustment, which allowed me to easily find a comfortable stance and pedal position. This adjustability allows the bike to cater to a wide range of heights, while still maintaining that ability to fold and diminish the profile. The front suspension fork and suspension seat post really aid comfort, and these two features combine well together, making the bike really comfortable on paved roads and lighter dirt paths. It's easily able to soak up bumps and dips like potholes and small, smoother curbs. The large 3-inch tires offer additional cushioning as well, protected by some durable aluminum fenders which keep you free of road debris and splashes. Our second pro are the accessories that come with the bike. Lectric has outfitted the XP 3.0 with an impressive number of accessories right out of the box. The bike has everything a rider would need for commuting, including front and rear fenders and a rear rack. The rear rack can even accommodate up to 150 pounds of weight, which is pretty impressive. Plus, it's compatible with different accessories, including a passenger seat kit, which you can see here on our model. The bike also has an upgraded front light, which provides bright light in dim situations. And another item included with our test bike was the lock from Lectric, which is a portable folding lock. So it's great to see the number of additional items that we're getting with the XP3, especially considering the low overall price. I've seen many other brands charge extra for items like the fenders or that upgraded front light. This brings us to our third pro for the Lectric XP3, which is the overall value of the bike. Lectric brings a complete package that would really make almost any rider happy, all for a very low price, under $1,000 US currently. They're still including some of the accessory kits you see here for free too, so that means that this bike really performs well and offers pleasant accessories to expand its abilities. With so many positives about it and the low entry cost, it's easy to see why the Lectric XP3 has many happy riders. And now, like usual, we got to look at what didn't work so well for us, starting with con number 1, which was the braking distance. So the XP3 recently received an upgrade to its braking ability with the addition of some hydraulic brakes. Now this increased its stopping power compared to the previous mechanical brakes. And we can still see though that the unit has a longer stopping distance than other bikes despite this upgrade at 25.5 feet. So it definitely leaves a little bit to be desired with the stopping distance. Coming down to our second con, we have the fact that this bike felt more comfortable in the lower speed ranges. So the Lectric XP 3.0 ships as a Class 2 e-bike, and 20 miles per hour is a comfortable speed to ride the unit at. When you're traveling faster than 20 miles per hour, I found that the smaller 20-inch by 3-inch tires really felt less stable than I'd like. And in my opinion, the bike felt a lot more comfortable and safe at speeds up to 20 miles per hour. When I was traveling faster, between 20 to 28 miles per hour, I enjoyed the ride less. And I prefer bikes with larger diameter wheels when I'm traveling at those high speeds. And our final con for the bike is the location of the key. So the XP 3.0 is one of the only bikes that we've dealt with that really require a key for operation. So while this feature is pretty interesting for a security sense, it can lead to some confusion. If you press the power button without that key installed, then the bike will not turn on. It only flashes the screen momentarily. And this can lead you to think your battery is dead or the bike is broken at first. But in reality, the key just needs to be inserted and turned to activate the bike's power. The location for the key is also not very intuitive. It's hidden under the bike. So even when you know where the key is located, I found it a bit frustrating to insert because it's hidden by wiring and it's in an awkward position to get your eyes on it. I was also not a fan of how the key sat under the bike during use. While falling out is really unlikely, I couldn't help but feel just a tad unsafe with the key dangling below the bike during use. So in my opinion, the jury is kind of out on the usefulness of this feature. Now, what does it do best? The XP really thrives as an affordable commuter bike. It's got great accessories and capability alongside that staple folding feature. So urban users that are looking for a folding e-bike that's big on value and performance will definitely be in luck. The bike is a great contender in all categories, with a solid performance in its range test, good motor acceleration, and reasonable braking ability. Its greatest features are definitely comfort and convenience, offering high value compared to that price tag. So what are some reasons to look elsewhere? The primary reason to look for other bikes is if you don't need a folding commuter bike. Other than this, the Lectric XP3 is very competitive in its class. Performance-minded riders should note that 500-watt motors are not the best for extended hill climbing just by definition. The nature of this bike is very utility-based, with consistent performance and comfort being the priority. So high-speed riders and high-performance seekers may need to look elsewhere for a really fast, performance-minded e-bike. Moving forward to the frame and geometry. The Lectric is a folding bike, and because of this, it has a different frame shape, with smaller wheels and a single frame section in the place of an up and a down tube. The battery is located inside of this center frame, and it can be removed when the bike is folded only. The frame folds at the center, and the handlebars also fold down. This folding allows the bike to form a smaller shape and can easily fit into most cars or a closet. The folding action is pretty easy to complete, only requiring 3 steps to finish it off. First, you start with the pedals, which push in and fold up or down. Next, the handlebars. You unclip them at the brake and fold them down. Then the same clasp style lock is used for the central fold, completing the action. There's no way to hold the bike closed after folding, which would definitely be handy, but a few bungees will do the trick for now. Looking at those measurements, we have a seat tube measurement of 14.5 inches, a reach measurement of 22 inches, a stack measurement of 26 inches, a standover height of 24 inches, a virtual top tube length of 26.5 inches. And we've got a minimum saddle height of 32 inches and a max of 42 inches, which leaves us with a recommended rider height of 4'10" to 6'5". Next, taking a look at the motor. The 500-watt Lectric branded rear hub motor offered impressive pep at high battery voltages. It had good acceleration on flat surfaces and offers 55 Newton meters of torque and a peak output of 1,000 watts. Despite good performance at high battery levels, I found that this diminished over time while riding. The controller limits the battery as it drains, with a top speed of approximately 16 miles per hour or less when the battery was at 60% or lower. This feature is definitely effective for extending that battery life, but I did find it was a bit frustrating as it slowed down your commute considerably. Despite this, I found the motor to be a pleasant companion for the bike, and it was definitely suitable for hills and grades up to about 16%. It was also capable of good acceleration and speed over your standard terrain. When it comes to the cockpit and control, the first thing you need to know about operating the XP3 is that the key needs to be inserted for your bike to work. Turning it on without the key only flashes the screen and could leave you thinking your bike is broken. The XP is one of the only bikes we've dealt with that requires the key to be inserted for the bike to work. Now the key is dual purpose. It both activates the bike and unlocks the battery for removal, depending on which way you turn it after you insert the key. The cockpit setup for the XP 3.0 is easy to use and simple as well. A large backlit LCD display takes center stage, and that display offers your speed, battery level, pedal assist level, and odometer at a glance. It can cycle through a few options like max speed and trip odometer from the control pad. That control pad is also simple. It's a 3-button touchpad with an up button, down button, and power button. A long press of the up button activates or deactivates the integrated lights, and a long press of the down button activates the walk mode. Long pressing the power button turns on the unit and off, while a single press of the power button changes the options on that display. And beside that, we have a throttle, which is a grip twist style throttle, and that's located on the right grip, right beside that overhand TX50 shifter, which is very beginner friendly and gives a visual indicator for gearing. We have a 10.4 amp hour internal battery, which is hidden inside of that XP frame, and it's locked in place with a key. The key not only controls the removal of the battery, but also the activation of the bike itself, so don't lose it. Lectric also offers a 14 amp hour battery to extend that bike's range. In range testing, we did get a good overall range of 25 miles at max assist, which exceeded the brand's stated range for its maximum assist level, which was 17 miles. It's really great to see Lectric offering a realistic set of range estimates on their website, and I feel confident that they're accurate in a range of 17 to 45 miles, depending on your chosen assist level. After our range test was completed, we managed to go a total of 25.05 miles for a total of 1,246 feet of elevation gain and 13.2 miles per hour average speed. The battery is located inside of the bike's frame on the XP3, making the installation process slightly longer than with other bikes. To remove or install the battery, unlock the battery and ensure that the locking pin has been disengaged. Next, folding the bike at the frame. This will expose the battery. This allows the battery to slide out of the frame when you pull it. Inserting the battery is exactly the opposite. Just make sure to lock the battery in place before folding the bike back out. The key is located under the bike and is used to lock or unlock the battery, as well for locking the bike itself, so no power flows from the battery when it's not inserted. The bike can also be charged while the battery is inserted with the external charge port. You simply have to remove the rubber stopper and insert the charger, and this port is located on the side of the bike. The drivetrain is a Shimano tourney, and it functions well. We have an 11 to 28 tooth rear freewheel and a large front crankset, which match the bike's speed range, at least up to that Class 2 max of 20 miles per hour. Traveling over 20 miles per hour, the drivetrain begins to show its size, with the most comfortable speed being under 12 to 20 miles per hour. This unit is well suited to its intended riding style, and the overhand shifter and basic derailleur offer somewhat clunky shifting at times, but they're quite functional and reliable for most users. So there's no real issue here with the drivetrain. Next, looking at the brakes on the unit, which have been upgraded for this bike, and we see that it's been changed to a 2-piston hydraulic brake caliper with a 180mm rotor. And this is a great upgrade over the original mechanical brakes that came with this unit because hydraulic brakes are all but essential for modern e-bikes. Despite this upgrade though, the bike is not the fastest to stop that we've tested, with a slightly higher stopping distance during our braking test. At 20 miles per hour, we stopped in a total of 25.5 feet. Next, taking a look at the wheels, tires, and fenders. And the Lectric XP 3.0 offers 20-inch by 3-inch wheels, which are fast rolling and able to float over some looser terrain than a smaller tire. The smaller diameter has some negative attributes, such as a less enjoyable riding experience at high speeds, and the smaller wheel felt less confident the faster that you went. The bike really seemed most confident and comfortable at speeds up to about 20 miles per hour. Now these tires do offer some texture and they're a pleasant mix for riding on pavement or easier dirt and gravel paths. They were reasonable in wet conditions, but they did seem to slide easily on wet pavement. And these tires are protected by a set of aluminum fenders in the front and the back, which are doing a good job of protecting you from road debris and water. And next, the contact points. We have a nice set of rubber grips, which are pleasant underhand and offer good performance. They can slip up and down on the bars when they're not locked on, but in general, I found them to be quite a suitable grip with no problems, and they're gonna stand up well to water. The saddle is wide and plush, with suspension built into it in the seat and the seat post. The suspension seat post offers a nice touch of cushioning for the rear of the bike, which you can definitely feel working as you hit different bumps and dips in the road while riding. I found that the seat was comfortable and it didn't adversely affect pedaling in any way. The pedals are a standard flat style and did get a bit slippery in wet conditions with the very small pegs that they have on them. Like the bike, they also fold, allowing the profile to be diminished in its folded state. The bike that we received came with an upgraded front headlight, as well as a rear rack with a passenger seat and handhold, as well as fenders and a lock. These are just a few of the accessories available from Lectric, so take a look at the site for more information about all the options that are available. Well, the Lectric 3.0 certainly lives up to the hype, and after testing it out, it's easy to see why so many happy riders are raving about it online. It's really easy for me to say that the Lectric XP 3.0 is a comfortable utility ride that impressed me with its ride quality and overall value. I'd recommend this bike to any rider looking for a folding utility bike under $1,000. So is this bike for you? Check out the detailed specs at bikeride.com and see user and expert reviews. You can also check out other great e-bikes and see them rated to find your perfect match. You have a question or something you want to say? Let me know in the comments and we'll start getting you some answers. And if you like this video, please give us a like and a subscribe so we can keep on bringing you the latest e-bike reviews and news. I'm Scott with bikeride.com. I want to say thanks for watching and I hope that you enjoy the ride.